me or Anna Walker, so I don't think that was much choice. He's on later tonight, but it gives Trevor and I a chance to think back to this game a year ago when we were here, and Spurs really put Manchester United to the sword. Could that possibly happen again?
New Year's Day, wasn't it, last year, and one of Spurs' best performances, I would have thought, over the last few years. Yeah, it could happen again, but I would have thought, Martin, without Armstrong and Sheringham, they're lacking a bit of firepower. Although they've got Everson back today, United have got injury problems. I'm going to sit on the fence and go for a draw.
All right, well, let's introduce you to today's teams who've been kept waiting. This delayed kick-off, it's by no means, as Trevor says, a clean bill of health here. But two of Tottenham's recent acquisitions are in the side today. Switzerland's Ramon Vega wears Spurs colours for the first time, joining Colin Calderwood and Sol Campbell in a three-man defence, while Stefan Everson has recovered from the virus that ruled him out at Old Trafford. Unfortunately, though, that flu has another victim, Alan Nielsen, whose place goes to Clive Wilson.
Well, we saw Spurs operate last week in the cup tie with a three-man defence, and that seems to be the way forward now for Jerry Francis. Over the years, he's always preferred 4-4-2, but Vega joins a very cosmopolitan back three, with Calderwood being the Scottish international and Campbell an England international. Stinson will operate just in behind the front two. That's a position where I think he's played in the past, and I think he likes to sort of, try and get wide whenever possible, provide the service that he can from wide areas for Allen and Everson.
Well, despite a free week, Alex Ferguson has similar problems to Jerry Francis. Dennis Irwin, Nicky Butt and Phil Neville all out. Jordi Cruyff as well. David May plays, though he'll have a hernia operation at the end of the week. Gary Pallister is pressed back into service, though he's hardly trained. And there were late fitness checks on Johnson, Beckham and Scholes. One choice made on pure selection grounds is the recall of Solskjaer in place of Andy Cole.
Well, I'm sure the fact that Alex Ferguson is without the two full-backs, Dennis Irwin and Phil Neville, has restricted his formation, and he's had to go with his three at the back. It's quite ironic, Martin, isn't it, that Spurs have got Justin Edinburgh and Clive Wilson, two recognised left-backs in their starting position. In fact, Man United have got to put Giggs there. Now, obviously, Giggs is a very, very attacking player, and I would think that he'll try and get forward as much as possible, but that could change, of course. Johnson could always come back out into a left-back position, and it could revert to a back four. But certainly at the beginning, I'm sure he'll start this way with three at the back. You've got Scholes there as a midfield player, but he could play in the similar role to Andy Sinton. He likes to operate just in behind the front, so that could become a two central midfield pairing of Keane and Beckham, Cantona and Scholes together, and Solskjaer is the one man further forward.
Well, the Tottenham fans here at times can be very fickle, but those who went to Manchester United last Sunday really backed the team to the hilt, and I know the players were delighted with that. They'll be hoping for the same sort of support today. The problem for the Manchester United fans, and indeed the team, was getting here on time. Alex Ferguson and his players arrived just about on the dot of 3 o'clock, the hour before the scheduled kick-off when the team sheet was due to be in. I think they just about made that deadline. Well, they are first in the tunnel. A club that made progress yesterday without even playing. But those who left here beaten 4-1 last January will know they have got to play today.
Well, as you mentioned, a number of players from the United starting line-up had fitness tests. I knew on Thursday that Alex had problems because he called me up to ask if he could have Terry Cook back from his loan period. He's not in the 16, but obviously he was in the party that travelled down south. Terry was in the squad for our game at Stoke on Friday, but of course, being his second month on loan, I was obliged to pull him out and let him go back to Old Trafford.
Well, here comes Spurs, a quick chance for them to get their own back. The FA Cup out of the question now, but a European spot still in their sights. The teams of Jerry Francis and Alex Ferguson lock horns for a second Sunday in succession. Tottenham determined to make light of their injury troubles. Can the champions take this chance to close in on the current leaders, Liverpool? We'll find out live after the break.